So hi Steven, it's Friday. Um, Appreciate your video and your update from what's going on with you guys. Um, for us, this week has just been, we've been sick. Ezra was sick. I took him to the urgent care on Tuesday, I think, for croup. So he's been coughing and has had a cold. And then Sarah and I have been fighting colds. Like, I never would really say I've been sick, but, like, just not quite sick. And then over the weekend, I went down to Rushford and spoke and did a lot of stuff with Mom and Dad down there. And, other than that, have just been working and trying to balance everybody being sick. I'm really glad you guys got your van back. That's awesome news. And I'm really glad the whole thing wasn't just a wash. That would have been really sad. So I don't have a whole lot of time right now because I'm going to go pick up a friend from the airport. My friend Steve from Baltimore is coming up to spend the weekend. We're really looking forward to that. He's never been up here before, so we're going to play board games and go see Niagara Falls and go to Millennium and do all sorts of stuff like that he'll enjoy. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him. Anyway, we got to go in like 20 minutes to pick him up from the airport and do a couple errands on the way. So this needs to be short, but I do have clips for you this week, and I do want to respond to your travel tips. So Sarah and I thought about it. We couldn't come up with 10, but we have 7 that I want to share with you. These are like the really pro stuff. And I'm sure we can come up with more, but just in the time we had, this is what we came up with. So, tip 1. Make space in your schedule before and after your trip to pack and unpack and prepare your life for being gone and return to life when you get back. Okay? So many times people like you don't pack well enough in advance and you find yourself packing right then. 90% of your packing should be done 24 to 36 hours before you leave. That last 10% are things that you need to use from the time in that 24 hours. They're things that you cannot pack until you walk out the door. And some of those things you can even overcome, like a toothbrush. Just buy another toothbrush. You know, you're supposed to replace your toothbrush every so often anyway. Buy a new toothbrush and pack the new one, you know. And when you get home, throw the old one that you left home out. But there are things like phones and phone chargers and like the clothes that you're going to wear the day you travel, things like that you'll need to pack right before you go usually, but minimize that as much as possible. So in short, make space in your schedule to do those things so you don't so you're not like right up against the deadline of I have to stop everything I'm doing now and pack at the expense of all else. If you set aside time well in advance to pack, then you won't be rushed and you'll be ready. And then the same thing, if you set aside time when you get home, you'll have time to unpack and recover, and it builds margin. Number 2, I kind of said this, pack well in advance. This goes this goes together with make space in your schedule. So you have to make space in your schedule to pack well in advance. But if you have 90% of your stuff packed 24 hours before you leave, that last 24 hours will be so much more relaxing and you'll be really much more prepared for your trip. 3, take the time to get all your documents in order, in triplicate, in hard copy, and in digital before you go. Needing a travel document and not having it can cause huge delays and huge headaches on your trip. There's no reason today that you can't just have a little folder that you tuck in your backpack with 25 pieces of paper that include important documents so that whenever you need somebody and somebody whenever you need something and somebody asks you for it, you have. Just get it together. And then before you go on your next trip, flip through it and say, have any of these things changed? Did I get a new driver's license? Did I get a new passport? Nope. Okay, great. Put it back in your backpack. Lots of times that has really saved us. Okay. 4, think in modules when you're packing. One container for one type of thing. Okay. So for instance, I'm packing to get ready for my trip. This is medicine, bathroom stuff, deodorant, that kind of thing. It's all together in one bag. This is technology and charging and memory and storage and that kind of thing. It's all in one thing. This is clothes. It's 2 days worth of outfits. It's all in one thing. This is shoes. It's one pair of shoes. It's all in one thing. And you can do this whether you're going on a short trip, it's just for a day or two, or you can do it if you're going for a long trip. But modular packing means I don't need to dig through anything larger than this, because I know that this bag is all the same kind of thing. And if I know where this bag is, then I can find the things that are in it. You don't want to ever just like, oh, here's this thing of Q-tips and just stick it in a pocket, because you'll never find it. Instead, it goes in a module with other things that are similar to it. Huge, 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 huge. Also, a pro tip. Every time you get the chance, include one little module that's got one night's worth of clothes for all the travelers. So that if you are forced to stay over somewhere, you don't have to go in this bag and get out person A's clothes and that bag and person B's clothes and that person C's clothes, and you don't have to get into everything. You have one module that is an unexpected overnight bag. Whew, good stuff. 5, pack consistently. Give a bag or a container a job, and every trip you go on, that bag or container has the same job. So, this is always going to be medicine, health, hygiene stuff. And I just know that that's what I put in this bag. And this bag is always going to be tech and charging and hard drives and memory and storage. And I have another bag that is always my audio kit. It's, my headphones and my audio recorder and the mics and the wind screens for the mics, and that's all that. So whenever I see that bag, I know that's what's in there. And it makes it easier to find everything and easier to pack, because when you go to pack, you're like, what am I going to put this in? And you end up sticking it in a pocket. No. Everything has a home when you pack. Okay. Next, always pack shelf-stable, high-energy food, protein bars, nuts, hard candy, that kind of thing, that won't be crushed, that won't melt, it can be eaten quickly. Because so often you don't have a window where you can sit down and eat something. You don't have a place where you can sit down and eat something messy. You want something that you can reach in, get out of your backpack, and eat like that when you have an opportunity. Not a ton of it, but enough. It's really important. And also, you can really save a lot of money. Buying a couple protein bars at Aldi's versus buying a couple protein bars in the airport, literally just save yourself $20. Lastly, travel with a secure way to carry cash, cards, and critical documents like your passport. Anything can be stolen. Your job is to make it so much work for somebody to steal your stuff and your documents, or so much work to lose your stuff and your documents, that nobody's going to do it, including you. You're not going to lose it because it's so hard to lose. Or nobody's going to steal it because it's so hard to steal. It's like, yeah, sure, they could steal this, but they would need a pair of wire cutters in 10 minutes, Having a place like that helps you not worry about your stuff when you're traveling and focus on all the other things you have to think about, and gives you bandwidth to be more patient with people and to enjoy your trip more when you don't have to worry about, am I going to lose this? Is this going to get stolen? Or how do I find this thing when I need it? Or am I going to be late because I spent so long looking for my passport? So there are 7 travel tips that I can come up with right now. We'll try to think of more, but hope that's helpful, and I will see you on Tuesday. Hi, Steven. I bought a aloe vera leaf, fruit, tentacle, nodule, I don't know what to call it, from the store the other day, and now we're going to eat it. And we'll see how it goes. I had to look up on the internet what you do with it, so we'll see. I'll keep you apprised on the process. So the first part, I trimmed off the spines and the base, and it's like gelatin, and you can see through it. It's translucent, the whole thing. So we're gonna proceed. The next step is to cut this into pieces and soak it in a bowl of water. Here it is after you cut it out of the plant. It's like a jellyfish.
Ooh, yuck. That looks
It's
like
very
yucky eggs.
slimy.
How are you supposed to eat that?
We're gonna put it in a smoothie with some juice.
Smoothie?
Yep. So, aloe vera smoothie. It looks like any other smoothie.
It's delicious. You should try it.
It basically just tastes really fresh. The aloe itself doesn't have a real strong taste, but
No, but it's like gives it body or something.
yeah. Hi, Steven. I am getting ready to go on my trip to Texas, and for my trip, I purchased the Peak Design Tech Pouch. Thought you would appreciate, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to show you the excitingness that is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. So here we go. First of all, the whole thing, it's smaller than it looks on the video. It's only like 8 inches or so long. And it's just really amazingly well made, as usual for Peak Design. Build quality, the zippers, all of the straps and handles everywhere are amazing. There's straps and there's straps and whatever. You have hooks so you can carry it with a Kema strap or some other kind of strap. And then there's one external pocket here that's meant for like a phone or something, and it's also got a pass-through for a charging cable. Assuming you put your battery in here too. And then the idea is that you put your hands through these straps like this, and you unzip it. It opens like an accordion. And so I've got a hard drive, pens, cables, sorry, this is not a great way to show you. My Manfrotto light in here, a wallet with some spare cash, a business card holder. This central zipper pocket opens up, and I've got USB drives and paper clips for SIM cards, and a pair of headphones, and band-aids and floss, and a tiny power charger, and my battery, and 2 different cables, and another pen. So I really like it so far. The pockets and everything, the build quality is just so high quality. And the way it does this accordion thing, and the way it just sits up like that and stays open, is truly beautiful. Anyway, I thought you would appreciate it. Peak Design Tech Pouch.